definitely are taking a trip back in time to celebrate wildlife diversity with a Renaissance-themed extravaganza over at Hawk Creek. The Wild Renn Fest allows visitors to explore the Middle Ages and experience live jousting, food, art, music, and even get pretty up close and personal with some very adorable animals. We're joined right now by our animal expert, Jared Miller, and also Tanya Lowe from Hawk Creek. Now, we're here to talk about Renn Fest, but I think we kind of have to address
what's going on here.
On the table. You brought two very different animals, so let's start over here with Lauren's favorite. We've kind of picked which one we're gonna gravitate towards.
Well, this is our new Joffrey's cat kitten. They're native to South America, and she's only about 18 weeks old, and she still does not have a name. We're actually doing a naming contest right now at hawkcreek.org/shop. You can go in and you can find the details on doing that. So hopefully she will have a name by the end of this coming weekend. And this is one of the smallest wildcat species in the world. People tend to be very familiar with the lions and the tigers and don't realize that of the 36 wildcat species, most of them are small.
So how big will she get?
Full grown, she'll only be 6 to 10 pounds.
And even though the size seems like it's able to keep her in your apartment,
she's a lot stronger than she looks.
She will destroy your house, you were telling me.
Yeah, I mean, she's a wildcat. She's always going to be wild. She's never going to be a tame domestic animal, but...
Sorry, Lauren. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
All right, then I want to turn over to you, Jared.
Right.
I have to say, I think this animal,
is this your favorite now?
is because it's just so compact.
It's
very easy to travel.
Talk about how compact this is. Well, this is a 3-banded armadillo, and believe it or not, it shares the same habitat as the Joffrey's cat. So these guys would encounter each other in the wild. And it's funny, looking at this little cat right here, talk about a ball that moves. I mean, this is the ultimate
pet
plate,
toy right
exactly,
there.
Ultimate cat toy. But what's neat about 3-bands, they're actually quite rare, actually becoming an endangered species in Brazil and other countries. And believe it or not, this animal was the mascot for this year's World Cup too, the 3-banded armadillo.
Which makes sense because it kind of looks like a little bit of a soccer ball.
And actually it even looks more like a soccer ball when they go into their complete defense. Look at that triangular-shaped head, triangular-shaped tail, and look at this. If a Joffrey's cat or a larger predator were to come up to an armadillo like this in the wild, they could easily roll up into this ball and be completely protected.
It's one of those animals that it doesn't even seem real. It seems like a little wind-up toy.
Well, looking at it, it's like looking, talk about the Renn Fest, that's going back in time. This is going back in time even millions of years further in the past. I mean, armadillos have been around for as long as, most mammals and even some dinosaurs. And just look at how beautifully adapted this animal is for survival. So.
And this experience that I'm having right now and that our viewers are having, getting sort of closer to these animals, learning about these animals, is exactly what happens at the Renn Fest, right, Tanya?
Exactly. Our Wild Renn Fest, it's a great family event, and it's our largest fundraiser of the year. It's the way that we support the 90 residents at Hawk Creek and the up to 500 patients we receive every year. And it's a great opportunity to get up close and personal with animals. Jared's going to be there at 2 o'clock doing an animal show, and we never know what he's going to show up with.
And there's also going to be live jousting, some things that may not seem animal-related, but really get you in the mindset of the Renaissance.
Gets a little bit of that medieval flair going, and it's just a lot of fun for families.
And my favorite thing is the flying bird show. You literally will have hawks and vultures and owls flying inches above your head. They fly free flight bird show, which is amazing. In addition, it's just a lot of really cool stuff all packed into this coming weekend. And again, Hawk Creek isn't open to the public generally, so this is not only one of your best opportunities to help support the center, but also to see it in its full glory. It's just such a wonderful asset that we have right here in Western New York.
And let's talk about supporting the center real quick, because since you're not open to the public, I can imagine some people out there might not know exactly what you do. So this is a fundraiser, so those funds, where do they go? What is Hawk Creek all about?
Hawk Creek goes to taking care of wildlife. It's our animal ambassadors that do education programs. Many of them were injured out in the wild and can't survive on their own. And so we go to schools, corporate events, scouting events, you name it. And we do education programs so that people can see these animals up close and learn about them. We do rehabilitation. We take in injured and orphaned wildlife. Our goal is to get them back out into the wild. And we also have some conservation programs, like what this little girl is going to be part of, because her species is becoming threatened. And it's a way to start. There's only 50 to 80 of these cats in the U.S.
So it's a good chance.
It's a way. She's going to go into a breeding program when she's old enough to start boosting those numbers. And another great way, I wanted to mention this to help raise funds for the center, is actually, if you go to hawkcreek.org/shop, we have many of our raffles on there for our gift certificates and a great opportunity to get certificates from Lifestyle Photography. For $99, you can get $500 worth of photos, so senior pictures, weddings, family portraits, you name it.
A lot of great ways to support Hawk Creek. And so if you're a Game of Thrones fan, or maybe you just like these furry animals that we
Right.
brought, the Renn Fest is happening this weekend. For more information, you can go to www.hawkcreek.org. Thank you two for joining us and bringing our two temporary Wing It mascots.
Exactly.